In 1902, an ancient burial cave was discovered on Mount Scopus in Jerusalem. One of the stones had the following Greek inscription: "The bones of Nikanor of Alexandria, who made the gates." And underneath that was engraved in Hebrew letters, Nikanor Alexa. But who was Nikanor, and what gates did he make? Amazingly, the answer to this mystery is found in a fascinating and inspiring story shared by the Talmud. If you recall, there were many entrances that led to the temple courtyard, but no doubt that the most prominent of all was what later became known as Nikanor's Gate. And this was the entrance that led from the women's courtyard above 15 semicircular steps into the Azara, the main courtyard of the temple, where the Mizbeach was located. The Talmud tells us that Nikanor was a generous benefactor who hired craftsmen from Alexandria, Egypt, to fashion 2 huge brass doors for this entrance. If you remember, each entrance of the temple was 30 feet tall by 15 feet wide. So each of these 2 doors had to be 7.5 feet by 30 feet. These doors were carved with intricate designs and had an exceedingly bright finish. But unfortunately, when these doors were being transported by ship from Egypt to Judea, a terrible storm broke out, and the crew announced that in order to save the passengers, they need to cast one of these doors into the sea. Nikanor watched how half of his work was being lost. As the storm intensified and the danger got worse, the captain announced that the second door must also be tossed into the sea. At this point, Nikanor couldn't contain himself, and he announced that if you throw the second door into the sea, you may as well throw me in with it. Nikanor's self-sacrifice called for a miracle, and indeed, at that moment, the storm subsided. But that wasn't it. To everyone's astonishment, as the ship docked at the port of Akko, they couldn't believe their eyes when they saw that the door that was cast into the sea was found floating in the harbor. This is the miracle story of Nikanor's doors, and why that entranceway became known as Nikanor's Gate. These doors, as mentioned, were exceedingly heavy, and they required 20 men to open or close them. They were only open on special occasions, on Shabbos, Yontif, or if the king was visiting the temple. And Maimonides tells us that at one point, when all of the doors in the temple were coated in gold, our rabbis said that these 2 doors should remain in their original pristine form. They wanted that we should remember the amazing miracle that happened with these doors, and that we should remember the dedication and devotion of Nikanor. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.